Trust, you can build drivers, you can build anything basically.
We talk about PG-13 or PG-18. This is PG Tech for
In as much as C++ still works today, there are some issues that still exist in C++, and I think that was the reason why Rust was created. It was created to solve some of the problems that C++ has with memory. I know C++ fanboys, you guys should not come for me.
So looking at 10,000 connections per second, just this, I'm pulling a number off the top of my head.
Okay.
You've been building solutions for a while, products ranging from core, simple e-commerce platform to advanced e-commerce platform that can accommodate or accept multiple requests per second, down to more sophisticated payments platform. There is this subtle switch that is currently happening within the industry. The whole, okay, let's just build it, an MVP, and it works. Businesses tend to, okay, let's start building with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and later go down to frameworks. But there is this subtle switch to scalable technologies like Golang and one of my personal favorites, Rust. So, you recently joined the Rust family. Welcome, my brother. Welcome to the Rust family. So why did you make this switch on your own side?
Okay, I think I'll keep it short, right? So, currently, right, when building solutions, you're always looking for faster way of building stuff, and with the way the internet is going, right, we are building complex stuff, and sometimes most of all these complex stuff there's a limited amount of stuff you can build with, let's say, JavaScript. Like if you look at the instance of Figma, right, there's the WebAssembly parts and the C++ parts, because you can't do all of that in JavaScript. It's going to be a mess, right? So in as much as C++ still works today, there are some issues that still exist in C++, and I think that was the reason why Rust was created. It was created to solve some of the problems that C++ has with memory. I know C++ fanboys, you guys should not come for me.
And Java's fanboys, don't worry. We see you guys. See you.
I had a discussion with Damola recently, right? And we were just talking about C++ and Rust. And Damola told me that C++ developers now, they will tell you that Rust developers are weaklings. And I asked him why. He said, why do you need a language to manage memory for you? Like, you should be able to manage it by yourself. Do you understand? Like, in as much as it sounds cool. I mean, if you claim to be a senior dev, you should be able to manage resources by yourself. The language should not limit you in a way. In as much as it sounds cool, but then if I'm not looking at it technically from the lens of when we were doing JavaScript and TypeScript, JavaScript was like the best thing since sliced bread. And when TypeScript came, people were like, until when we started trying it, and we now discovered that, okay, you understand, you can actually prevent those errors ahead of time. So it's more like the same thing now with C++ and Rust.
Is it limitation? I think they have a more strict implementation in terms of what you can do and what you can't do. Now, not that anything flies in C++ or some other core, I call them legacy languages, Java, C, C++. It's not that anything flies, but because of issues that had to come with floating points and dangling memory spaces across the application. Programming languages like Rust, Go, but Rust in particular, let's not talk about Go, was created to specifically limit you, not just limit, to guide you from crossing some certain boundaries. It forces you to adhere to certain
principles.
Exactly, when it comes to developing solutions.
Well, that's not what C++ guys will tell you. They will tell you are a weakling.
That's okay. Well,
they'll tell you are a weakling. So, I mean, with Rust, you can build drivers, you can build anything basically. So let's say if you are building an app with, let's say, what's it called, Flutter or React Native, and there's a component you need, and that component is not built in, you can do that with Rust and just use bindings.
Okay. Well, now we talk about PG-13 or PG-18. This is PG Tech for for core.
But more Rust is not easy. I'm not even going to sit down here and lie. It's not easy, bro.
So it's not. So I believe you pick your poison. It depends on what you want to achieve. If you are looking to create something as fast as possible, you have a scope of work. You have your duration. You pick your poison.
If now company will not get patience, but just write your TypeScript and just move on.
TypeScript, you can easily do go. That's, I get where you're coming from.
But imagine they are giving you a deadline. Okay, this thing you need to finish in the 2 days, 3 days. Fun. You want to sit down and they fight Rust for 2 days? It's not going to work.
These 2 days and 3 days, it's not just enough Nigerian developers.
I feel like until you are very certain with your Rust skills, until you've gotten to that level where you can quickly spin up anything in Rust, I don't think you should be writing Rust yet in any place that you're working, unless that's the language of choice in that organization.
Yes, like the situation I told you about.
Yes.
You either evolve or you die, but either way.
But aside from that, saying you are learning Rust or you're learning any low-level language stuff, it should be a hobby project.
Okay.
Hobby project.
Okay, that's mainly on Rust. So for those that,
because at the end of the day, the truth is that companies will not tell because you are writing Rust, you're using Rust, you're using Golang, and they will increase your salary.
Or they increase your salary.
You cannot even say that because you're writing Rust, that's why you're unable to meet up with the deadline. They don't want to hear that one. No.
Okay, that's fine. Next time we'll be talking about core. I believe that there is a current wave of individuals stepping away from big tech. So instead of hosting with AWS, GCP, that's Google Cloud
provider,
and DigitalOcean, some of the big players, they decide to self-host using Hostinger, Dogploy, Qualify. So we'll look at it and look at the drawbacks, the advantages.
But AWS is expensive though.
Yeah, that's one of the drawbacks. So stay tuned as we talk about that next.
We'll be back. Pew, pew.